We're going back to the Genesis days. NBA Jam. They have come out with an updated version. And guess what? We're playing in the days when your old school teams were still good, when you didn't have Shaq drafted away from his favorite team, the Lakers. And when it comes down to it, it feels like we're gaming the Clinton years or something close to that. Whatever the case, we got 2-on-2 basketball. We got all your favorites, all your favorite teams. Your stats are really simple, 1 to 10 scales. Obviously 10 being the highest. And maybe some of these players aren't really associated too well with what they really can do in the real game, but you'll come to enjoy it, just like I have. You can pick other players, as you can see. There's not a huge selection, but they're there. Hopefully Kobe won't pass the ball tonight, so we can get a few dunks in. This isn't your normal type of game, people. I'm going to tell you that straight. It's an arcade, very arcadey, big-headed characters. It's just silly, fun, and if you're ready to have some, you will. We have people jumping 30 feet in the air. There's fouls all over the place. It's really actually worse to shoot from afar in this game, to tell you the truth. Because when it comes down to it, anyone can goaltend. So, alright, so I'm going to show you some of the more interesting things about this game. You see, if you make 3 shots in a row, you turn on fire. You heard me right, you turn on fire. It's your special ability, and it helps you to actually, obviously, shoot better. I could have easily goaltended that, but I'm going to just give them a chance to turn on fire so they can show some of their special moves and their over-the-top dunks. You will see people doing cartwheels in the air. You will see people just wackiness, front flips, and if you ever played an NBA Street, think of that game, but on a huge other level of just wackiness. You can take it easy, you can do the layups, but most of the time you want to go for the dunks. And it's funny, the crowd will react to what you do. The crowd will boo you for fouling someone. The crowd will, go crazy when they see you do a great dunk. Great thing is, for people new to the game, there's actually a mode that tells you how to play. Tells you how to practice, how to move, so anyone can really get into the game itself. They'll teach you how to actually shoot with the motion controls. They'll go through everything you need to know. Just to give you an idea, the game is Nunchuk based, where you'll do, actual motions to do your jump shots and your dunks. It's pretty responsive, although sometimes you'd rather just go for the plain and simple, Wii controller. Or just take out the nunchuck and play normally. I prefer to do some of the motion controls just to get into the game at first, but when you really want to play seriously, Wii controls is where it's at. Finally, the Jam Challenges kind of works as a pseudo Xbox Live Challenges unlockable section, as you will. Since the Wii doesn't really have that feature, you can still do things in the game and it'll record it. Hey, you just did a dunk. It'll say, hey, you get a Jam Challenge unlocked. Grab 10 rebounds in one game, you unlocked it. And it'll show you these little pictures. And as you can see, the soundtrack's really, exciting, fun. It has that hip-hop feel to it. And it really works well with the game. There's 4 players, obviously. you're only going to be able to control one person as you play. So it really helps to have a bunch of friends over just wildly attacking each other. You can actually edit the gameplay before matches, increase the length of quarters, the shot clock length, and whether goaltending is allowed or not. You're going to keep that on because it keeps the spirit of the game. And you can make the difficulty up as high as you need it to be, depending on how well you're doing. So, in between loading screens, you can look at some of your favorite players. And I'm going to have to get on to the worst things about the game. It is very cartoony, obviously. It's very, arcadey. And if you're not into that type of game and you want something realistic, do not come here, please. There's at points where the characters will leap so high in the air, you'll just think they're actually flying. And they can all foul and freely get away with it. A few boos from the crowd won't stop them. And the game is on the easy side at lower difficulties, and even on the higher difficulties, you can get used to the game's fouling, hacking ability and just hack away to steal the ball back and forth. As you can see. Furthermore, the graphics are very simplistic, but it doesn't really hurt the game, I would say, because you wouldn't want it to look too over the top anyway. And it is harking back to the old days. It's going to be it's always going to have this side view. And it's just going back to how the old game looked on the Genesis at the time. It's a nice, callback to the old days when these games were considered really just get up and play. So if you like what you see, I'd say give it a try. It's on, I believe you can get it on other systems. This is on the Wii, so the graphics is going to look a little better on the other systems. But for Wii games and the capabilities of the Wii, it looks just fine. And you're not even that zoomed in close enough for it to really matter. Anyway, I would say if you have a friend who has it, give it a try and play it. I wouldn't say you should buy it at the moment, although there's nothing really hindering it from being a good game. It's actually a lot of fun and it's a good game. I would just say the game doesn't have enough bang for your buck. Unless you can get it for a low price, then you might want to skip it. But if you can find it, definitely pop it in, play it, see if you like it. And with that, we are gone.